So it's almost time to fight the last Tartarus Guardian. And for this one, there's really only one team you should ever go with. Yukari, Aigis, and Ken. This is actually one of the main boss fights that proves Ken's usefulness to me. So gonna change you with Akihiko. Because seriously, anyone apart from these three is gonna cause you problems. I'm also gonna equip Ken with that new spear I found. Yeah, he could definitely use that. Charm Medium Molds is kind of nice too. So, for this fight, I am also going to be putting Tome of the Void on everyone. Yeah, I don't think you need the Berserker Seal, so you're getting a Tome of the Void. Like, you actually could not put it on some people. It actually might be a benefit in some ways. But if you want to be completely safe, putting it on everyone is your best bet. If you don't have it, any kind of rage protection. Because yes, we will be dealing with rage. At the very least, you want it on the protagonist. So at the very least, they can cure rage if other party members are suffering from it. But I'm just going to go for the totally safe option and cover the entire party. Does mean I have to get rid of the sacrificial idol though, but I think this should work out well. Also, make sure, on the protagonist, equip a spear or a bow. This one that's deadly versus Hangman, I got very, very lucky to get that, but any spear or bow will work. Just make sure that it's a spear or a bow, nothing else. You can probably tell where this is going, but that's also the reason why I've chosen this specific party. Everyone uses Pierce as their default weapon. So, we have a single really strong enemy in the middle. This is going to be the last Guardian of Tartarus. The last boss until the very end of the game.
The Hanged Man. That's this Guardian's Arcana.
And that means this spear is going to work out very well. The Jotun of Grief. Kind of fitting with the themes of this game.
Give me a sec. I'll scan the target.
Now, being tired might be an issue, but didn't Abaddon have Weary Thrust now that I think about it? Although I forget, like, something tells me that's actually not Pierce. Anyway, though. I have Auto Tarukaja, Auto Sukukaja. Makara-Khan is really not going to help in this fight. Because this thing likes to use almighty attacks. For now, though, do I have anything with Power Charge? I've got something with Power Charge! Oh, no. I'm so sorry about this. Primal Force is actually going to be pretty decent, too. Oh, boy, this is going to happen. Yeah. The Jotun of Grief absorbs everything except Pierce. And it has Rage to force anyone who has non-Pierce attacks to constantly heal it. This is why this party is the one that you want to go with. Aigis, Yukari, and Ken, all of them, if they get enraged, they will not be healing the boss. Of course, I have the Tome of the Void, so I don't need to worry about that anyway. But yes, Pierce is literally the only thing that works in this fight. It also knows some pretty powerful attacks, as well as Megadola. It'll also use Stagnant Air to increase the susceptibility to rage of your party, which again isn't an issue because we all have the Tome of the Void.
Oh, crap!
See, there's Infuriate. Not going to do anything thanks to those Tomes of the Void.
Take this! I couldn't defeat it.
Actually letting your party members get enraged might be a valid tactic though, because then they'll have increased attack power, but I am worried about the lowered defense, so I'm not going to be doing that. Instead, let's see how much a Power Charge Deadly versus Hangman Strike will do. That's a lot of damage.
An unexpected turn of
I probably should have put Aigis on buffing. And yes, this boss can be critical, and getting all-out attacks will help.
Here's our chance.
Thankfully, it doesn't drain the all-out attack.
Understood.
It's a pretty interesting boss fight overall, but once you know, and yeah, there's Megadola. So, like I said, Makara-Khan's not going to help. does quite a lot of damage, actually. So you want to keep your party members healing, and I would like Gyarados to be healed, thank you very much. Okay, let's just put Aigis on heal/support.
I understand.
To get you buffing and healing, and I'm also going to put Yukari on heal/support. Ken has Spear Master, so he's going to actually be doing more damage with his regular attacks. So I'll leave him on attacking for now. I would quite like to see how much Primal Force does with a Power Charge behind it. Whether it's better or worse than this Spear. Hello again, Mara.
Persona!
Again, Mara's actually pretty decent for this fight. With its specialty in Pierce attacks. I kind of want you to heal.
Oh, crap!
Oh well. There's the second Mega Dollar on. Please survive this. Ooh, that was just barely. Okay, yeah. Mega Dollar on from this boss really, really hurts. Oh, attacks reverted. See, here's the thing. Power Charge is going to persist for a little while. I actually would really like to heal now with Mediarahan. That cut it way too close. Not having the Sacrificial Idol to fall back on is, yeah, pretty painful.
I need your help!
And that's not going to... We're just going to Gyarados with that.
Please help me!
So yeah, the Tome of the Void does get rid of a lot of the difficulty in this fight.
Show you my true power!
Break skills can also be quite useful. Once again... Oh, it was weird. I was just thinking, oh, I wonder if Akasha Art will do more, and then I thought, oh, derp, of course, it drains that. So, let's just see how much this does. Primal Force time. Yeah, as I thought, less damage. So, Deadly versus Hangman is really helping here. Okay, that's also really helping. Thanks for that. That's going to take the edge off the Mega Dollarons.
Oh, crap!
So yeah, I'm better off using regular attacks, and that means nothing to me. Huh.
Hang in there!
You know, I wonder something. I just had a thought. This is mostly just for fun, but stacking there increases the ailment susceptibility of yourself, so maybe this will do something to you. Let's see if you get low-keyed. Nothing, okay. I think this boss is probably immune to status then. Either that or I just got really, really unlucky. Well, this is going to be good, though.
Please help me!
Tararunda, okay then. Well, that just bumps us back to neutral.
I'll show you my true power!
And now this affects you thanks to the break skill.
This thing won't give up!
Not bad damage either. And I just realized I haven't actually used a Baton at all yet, so let's just see how much... Yeah, okay, Power Charge. Yeah, I probably should have gone to a Baton first for Spear Master.
Persona!
But yeah, this is actually doing a lot more than Primal Force would normally. But I mean, most players probably won't get a Deadly versus Hangman weapon by this point in the game, so Primal Force is probably your best bet. Oh, that's not good. That could potentially kill Yukari. It did.
Oh no! Yukari-chan!
Well, I'm sure I have Summer of Calm on someone. See, it says strike there, so maybe not. I don't really feel like finding out the hard way, so I'm just going to go to You're not weak to anything that it does, right? Okay, I don't think you are. And I'm just going to go revive Yukari now. Even though Aigis does have Summer of Calm. And Ken, for that matter. Or, no, wait, Ken will learn it. That's his next skill.
I need your help!
So she's mostly just buffing. It's at least helping out. Okay, defense reverted is not good.
Oh, crap!
And what are you doing? You are going to... Okay. That's actually very, very bad.
I'll show you my true power.
That's extremely bad, actually. Another Megadolaron will definitely kill Gary Stu. I need to be careful here. So, you go fourth. I am not going to risk that. I'm going to Media Rahan right now. Because getting hit with a Megadolaron while we're all defense debuffed is probably not going to end well, so yeah, I'm going to wait for that. Back to neutral.
Please help me.
One more good hit from Gary Stu will probably do it, and yeah, that is exactly why I wanted to use Media Rahan there. That would have been death if I didn't.
Hang in there.
Actually, I think it might not have been. Might have done slightly less than death, but still. I wanted to be safe. Always best to be safe when we cannot go on without your character is concerned. And okay, nice way to finish the fight. Don't think I really needed.
Nice one. The enemy's off balance now. Let us strike while the iron
Evidently, I
shines.
did need that because it didn't die to even a crit, but perfect way to finish off the final Tartarus Guardian. All out attack time.
Can't miss.
Goodbye, Jotun of Grief.
I can sense your determination.
And we get a fine statuette. And a level up for someone. Please tell me it wasn't, thank you, it wasn't Mara. That's good. And we get another Tome of the Void, which we actually don't need. Oh, what? That was stupid, I misclicked that, but oh well, I don't actually need the money from the Tome of the Void anyway. That was the last one. And with Fuka's cheering, we get another rank up for the Judgment Arcana. Not actually the final one, though. But that was indeed the final Tartarus boss. It started with the Venus Eagles, it ends with the Jotun of Grief. We've come a very long way. So that's actually rank 9. And what is our final prize? A Soma. Yeah, I'm kind of saving those for the final battle. And one more final prize. Another Soma. Okay. So, we're a little bit drained from that, but let's move on. There are not many floors left to go in Tartarus. Yep, there are fewer enemies this time. We're almost at the very end. I don't think the Jotun of Grief ever shows up as a degrading boss. What I was trying to say there.
Watch out! There are 4 enemies.
Oh, a fight that Odin can handle pretty easily. Might as well get a little more experience for the party here. Because, oh, great. Well, Ken can handle that, except not because they got up again.
Going to attack.
I was saying, the party's gonna need as much experience as they can get calming up. That's gonna be bad.
Up here.
Because after this, there is one more thing to do.
Did it, Cancun.
And I was about to say that we could handle it now, but no we can't. I'm not going into this tired. Having people in tie-in status for this fight is a very, very bad idea.
Here's our chance. Let's do it.
I think you know what I'm referring to.
We can't.
But might as well go for the experience card here. That was 1. Gotcha.
My level of aptitude
Okay, I guess
has
it's leveled up.
increased.
Bede. Is she higher than Yukari at this point? She is higher than Yukari, okay then. And she's the first one to hit level 70 in that case. Pretty nice milestone to have. Of course, now it's just a matter of getting to the stairs. What are you? You're not going to stand in our... Oh, great, you things.
There are 3 enemies. Be careful.
Being tired for this is actually kind of a problem. Because this is going to do a lot less than it normally does. Yeah, not quite killing them.
The enemies return to normal. I won't lose.
Aigis could maybe knock those things down, though. Hopefully.
Up here. Oh, crap. I need your help.
Well, that gets the other one back up again. Nice job, Aigis.
Strike attacks ineffective.
And I don't have that. That's bad.
Kenkun's in trouble.
Well, good thing we blocked that. And good thing that happened.
Nice.
Who have I currently got? Let's see. I want to try something. I know Ken is unconscious at this point, but let's test if this really is Strike.
Enemy defeated.
It actually is. Okay then.
Let us strike while the iron's hot.
It has the wrong icon though. I always thought that, and I always thought it was Pierce due to it just being called Thrust. And that wasn't enough without everyone.
I'm sorry.
Please heal everyone, Yukari.
Can you help me out here?
Yeah, let's help. Well, I mean, you kind of helped yourself out.
This is a sign of my determination.
Don't think I've heard her say that before.
Did I succeed in protecting everyone?
Yes, you actually did. Nice. But now I'm going to have to request healing.
Yes! My skill level has increased.
Oh, okay, so you were only just barely ahead of Yukari. So, next floor. I should be careful here because of the tired status. That could end very badly. Akasha Arts is... Actually, no, we're there. We've made it. 254. This is the way to the promised place, but it's not open yet. And it won't be open for a little while longer. But with this, we have maxed out the Judgment social link upon reaching as far in Tartarus as we possibly can. With the Judgment social link at its maximum level, we can now create Messiah, the Savior. Messiah, well, is a persona that needs no introduction, really. Although his compendium description refers to him as more of an amalgamation of multiple Messiah legends across many different religions and traditions, it's pretty clear from his skill set that he's meant to represent that guy. Yeah. God's Hand, Salvation, and especially Enduring Soul, which revives you with full HP after death, make that fairly obvious, as does the Absorb Pierce skill, which references either the nails of the crucifixion or the lance of Longinus, a reference to a tale in the Gospel of John that a Roman soldier pierced Jesus' side with a spear to make sure he was dead. The soldier wasn't actually named in that original account. The name comes from the Gospel of Nicodemus. This soldier is sometimes considered a saint, and in any case, the lance itself has become pretty prominently referenced in a lot of media, including an earlier Persona game, in fact. I'd also like to mention the actual origins of the term Messiah, as it's something that not a lot of people know. It's derived from the Hebrew verb which means to smear or anoint. It references objects that were anointed with oil, such as shields, which usually signified a special purpose. In some traditions, kings or rulers were anointed with oil, to symbolize how they had been chosen for the role. So the term Messiah eventually came to mean something along the lines of God's chosen one. In gameplay, well, Messiah is pretty much intended as the ultimate persona in this game, and in that way, he really does deliver. There's not a single skill in his learn set that isn't amazing. Both Regenerate and Invigorate 3, Megadolaron, God's Hand, Salvation, Enduring Soul, really you can't fault any of these. His stats are all around pretty high, and having resistances to fire, ice, electricity, and wind, as well as repelling light is a pretty nice bonus, and as I said before, he'll eventually learn Absorb Pierce to get another immunity. The one downside here though is that he still has a weakness to darkness. This can be covered. It's definitely possible to pass down skills like Repel or Null Dark, and if you can, definitely go for it. The weakness is mostly annoying in Persona Q if anything else, where, to go on a bit of a tangent and talk about another game, the Persona 4 protagonist has no weaknesses on their ultimate persona, so it's a bit annoying to have the Persona 3 hero stuck with a weakness to instant death. But like I said, that's a different game. Here it's definitely possible to cover that weakness. Messiah is also very unique in his heart items. Unlike other personas which only have one, Messiah has 6 heart items. All of them are the various ultimate armors in the game. The Armor of Light and Shoes of Light are the ultimates for human characters, the Aura Dog Suit is for Koromaru, and the Soul of Athena and Swan Legs, which have different names in the vanilla version, by the way. I think they're just like Aegis Armor version 10 or something like that, but they're Aegis' ultimate armor. There is also the matter of that elusive 6th heart item, which only has a 1% chance of being produced, the Omnipotent Orb. If you get this, say goodbye to all remaining difficulty in the game, as the Omnipotent Orb renders the holder immune to everything except Almighty. And this is the only way to get this, so most players won't have the luxury of using this item. If you do happen to get it though, you'd have to be insanely lucky, but if you do, yeah, have fun with it. Just don't use it against the optional bonus boss, because they will instantly kill you for trying. Something else to mention is that Messiah is, in most media, generally considered the Persona 3 protagonist's true ultimate persona. Despite this though, it's actually slightly a guide dangling on how to actually fuse him. Any player will have access to Messiah thanks to the Judgment Link automatically maxing out on the route to the true ending. However, Messiah is one of those fusions that the game actually never tells you about, much like Norn and Shiva. You need to fuse 2 specific personas in a normal spread. Only 2. Orpheus and Thanatos. In a lot of ways this does make sense, both are also considered primary personas of the protagonist, and also it references the fact that the Messiah only showed his divinity after suffering through death. This means that Messiah's inheritance is a little restricted. It mostly has to come from Thanatos. Like I said, his base skill set is good enough that you really don't need all that much when it comes to inheritance, but Null Dark is definitely useful. There are probably ways to get that onto Thanatos, but it can be a little tricky. Something kind of hilarious is that because of this, it's actually very possible to get Messiah to inherit Die for me, which is painfully ironic. And I think with a lot of effort, it may even be possible to get Black Viper onto them. But that aside, there's one major point of note here. Remember all the way earlier in the game when I stressed how important a certain Elizabeth request is? That would be Elizabeth's request number 29, the one to fuse all Mitsunu at level 33+. This is around a little less than or maybe even halfway into her fusion requests, and it unlocks the ability to fuse Nata Taishi. Yes, Nata Taishi. This one seemingly insignificant persona is actually one of the most vital of all. Because without Nata Taishi, you can't fuse Alice. Without Alice, you can't fuse Thanatos. Without Thanatos, you can't fuse Messiah. So, you'd better have been keeping up with Elizabeth's fusion requests. Thankfully, those requests are not timed. You can go back and do them now, even if you haven't started them yet. And if you haven't, I would highly recommend that you at least do up to the point of request 29, because, yeah, you need Nata Taishi to get Messiah, and it's something that can be a little annoying because the game doesn't really hint at it. Savior. The day when we create him will come, but for now, there's not much we can do until the promised day. Yukari just jumped right there. The path is blocked and won't open until January 31st. This is as far as we can go at this point. But reaching here does two important things. One, it maxes out the Judgment Arcana. And two, it actually is the first of two things we need to unlock something important. The second, we'll be dealing with next time we visit Tartarus. And I'll just go into the Velvet Room to show a sneak preview of what this thing is. We have reached as far in Tartarus as we can possibly climb until the promised day. And I do not want to register a Baton. There's one more thing that we have left to do here. We have unfinished business with a certain someone. Someone who's been a thorn in our side for quite some time. Someone who, until now, we weren't really strong enough to fight. I think now is the time. Next time we go into Tartarus, we will be facing the Reaper. That 5 million yen reward is not the main thing that I'm looking forward to. There's another reward from this request, but it does require you to have reached floor 254 first. Just kind of want to check if I can make anyone out of Mara. We're one level off Saturnus. But anyway... next time, we will be taking care of that. I will be doing it the cheap way, because at the level that we are now, that's basically the only way that we can win that fight. I do promise that right at the very end of the game, once we are stronger, because levels are going to fly by pretty quickly at this point, I will be showing a proper fight with the Reaper. One where I do not resort to spamming Thunder Rain at all, and just go all out with my regular abilities. That should be pretty fun, but next time we'll be doing this the cheap way, because I actually recommend that you do this that way first. The reward you get for defeating the Reaper is actually not all that worth it if you do it when you're in the 90s, which is the level that you're really expected to be able to beat the Reaper at. If you do it now, though, it actually does have a lot of value. So, next time, we will be taking on the Reaper and dealing with that reward. But next time in our social schedule, we will be making the ultimate weapon out of Mara. And then I'll have to think about who the next ultimate weapon we can get is. So, Ken's one, the ultimate spear. I forget whether it's Vishnu or Shiva. I know it's one of the two of them, but I forget which one. Now, I know about Koromaru's ultimate weapon. That's from a Persona that's, it's in the mid-80s, and we're not quite ready to get that one just yet. Aigis definitely not getting it yet. Yukari's is the ultimate Tau, which is like level 86 or something like that, so we're not quite ready for that too. Huh. I don't have Michael, do I? I might as well get Michael because, like I said, it's not the best weapon for Mitsuru, but it is the second best one, and it might actually be the best that she can get at this point. So I think I'm going to go ahead and not do that. I'm going to go ahead and get back Michael, who's actually the only Judgment Arcana that I have at this point. And you're the only Aeon I have. So, we've got a few weapon fusions in our future, and I think we should have enough time to get all the ones that I want to get. So, see you next time for weapon fusions, and then see you back at Tartarus for the long-awaited showdown with the Reaper.